case, you're asked to call Port Alberni RCMP 250-723-2424. Well, the Coulson flying tankers were doing their thing again in the skies over the Alberni Valley today. The Martin Mars water bomber Hawaii continued its testing at the Alberni Airport. Coulson Tankers is hoping to improve the marketability of the massive float plane to fight fires around the world. Channel's David Wiwchar took to the skies today to get a bird's eye view of the bombing.
The Martin Mars lines up for a water bombing run. Yesterday, it dropped fresh water with a binding gel additive. Today, it was salt water with a foam additive that sticks to surfaces and smothers flames.
Some of the fires that we saw in dry areas like California last year, roaring towards homes, there's almost no stopping it by putting guards out in front of that fire. It just jumps over about everything. So we really think that we might be able to save the structures by protecting them directly, and the fire would probably go around them or go over them. So we want to determine at what levels we do adequate protection, at what levels we may start to damage the home, and really set some parameters for structure protection, direct structure protection from the aircraft.
The object of today's exercise is to coat these structures with a special foam, providing a fireproof barrier the bomber can apply in suburban areas, which could open up contracts for Coulson's with insurance companies and city governments.
You know, the concern, of course, is an older aircraft going into the urban interface, dropping water on home and knocking off shingles and breaking windows. So we've come a long way yesterday in convincing the customer that that's not going to happen.
The U.S. Forest Service has cameras that analyze every drop. Samples taken in the drop zone are recorded, weighed, and mapped out to show the effectiveness of the Martin Mars. Since purchasing the planes from Timber West, Coulson has gone global, actively marketing the world-famous planes from the United States to Australia.
We have to, because an aircraft flying 3 months a year with low utilization is not economically sustainable, nor is it good for the aircraft. So we've had to look at different markets, and we're now in Australia looking. We bid the Mars down there. We're bidding with several states throughout the U.S. And the U.S. is the largest market. It's a $2 billion market. It is the largest firefighting market in the world, and we need to get into that in order to have an economically viable program.
A proud part of the Port Alberni business community, Coulson takes every opportunity to fly over the Alberni Valley, putting on a show for tourists and locals alike. Long weekend visitors could see more action on Saturday as final testing concludes. In Port Alberni, David Wiwchar, A-Channel News.
Well, the warm weather's here finally, and not a day too soon. The Victoria Day long weekend is upon us. The